Hello everyone, welcome to today's topic. So in this topic we are going to see the thread which is running virally right now. Is it a beginning of World War III? Let's take a look at it. So before getting into what is the actual topic is all about, why I'm talking about the World War III, let us take a look like what China and coronavirus had done, that COVID-19 had done as of now, right now. So everyone knows that the COVID-19 was initially started or begun in Wuhan, and it is a place like where the entire China, that particular place has been locked down, and right now they are just giving a number of around 86,137 people has been infected till now in China. But it has been often said, and it has been came to know that there are many people are saying that the cases that has been infected or would have, the people would have been affected is more than 86,000 people. The reason is the number of deaths that occurred during that point of a time is huge, and the second thing is many of them says that there might be an asymptomatic cases people would be there, and they have not taken that into account. So with that being there, we look into the second point. China can able to, what they could have done is they would have easily stopped this virus, but they have not done it. So initially they said that the particular COVID-19 virus is not a pandemic kind of a virus. That means like it won't spread from one human to another human, and it is not such a pandemic. They have stayed with this particular point everywhere, and lot of the peoples, those who are the whistleblowers, those who said about the China, how they took the samples and how it has been spreaded, and how they are planning to put a blame on US by saying that they are the one who induced COVID virus over here. So all those peoples are becoming all this journalists and everyone becomes silent, and at one point of a time they were nowhere. So China is working a lot on this, and if they would have, thought about it, for sure they would have stopped this COVID-19 entering into the other countries, and this world economies would have been in a proper shape. And above all, China is a constitutional country and they are the dictators, right? And with that, they are doing a lot of things. Even one of the renowned university history professor, his name is Zhang Meng, and he have said something about the China's, the non-transparency of issues with respect to the coronavirus. But immediately when he had said it, he was being, not on the scene. He was going nowhere. We are trying to search about him, but he was not present. And one more disadvantage of the China is it is a constitutional country, and whatever the informations, and it is a dictatorship kind of a country it is, and whatever the information that is present, they are not willing to share with the entire world. That is one. And the peoples were not made, or the peoples were not allowed to communicate with the other peoples outside the world. And few of the peoples, those who got escaped from China and got settled in US and some other countries, they are telling that the life over there is an hell. And they have been telling that lot of political move is doing in such a way that whatever the virus that came over there is being framed as that US did it, but actually it is the one where we have seen in the labs, as well as the Chinese have been said that there are 3 types of coronaviruses present over there initially. So this is one hand. So this is the one thing that is happening in China and the coronavirus. And utilizing this, what Chinese is doing is they are trying to acquire the entire world. When I say acquire, they are trying to own lot of things from the countries. Say for example, right now Sri Lanka, half of the Sri Lanka is being owned by China, and certain places in Africa is also they are owning it, and they are building their own port and other things, and they are controlling the entire seaways all over the world, and that is what China is doing. And this particular country, like what their idea is, like their initial GDP was 1980 was $90 billion at time of 1980, and today it is over 12 trillion within a short span of time. No one have done within a short span of time, like they would have been a much higher kind of an economy, but they exactly did it. So how they are doing it, what is their motive? So these are become really a threats, because introducing a virus like this in the economy and bringing the entire world down, and they themselves, when President Xi Jinping, he was being elected as a president this time, he have officially said that, openly said that China is going to be the superpower in the entire world, and he promised it. And he is doing a lot of mischievous and other things over there. And the Soviet Union was collapsed during 1980s, and the internet was born. It is a place where entire world had thought like they are going to shift the production cost to the lowest cost countries, and of course like Chinese have used it, and they are ruling the world over right now. But apart from that, during the time of the COVID, at that time what they are doing is, everyone knows that the country economy would be less and would be low like that, and they are trying to acquire a lot of huge markets by with the help of like by paying them. Say for example, in India, they were planning to buy a lot of bank shares of around 20 percentage, and even they have did it in UK, and they have framed it a bill, and from there like it is passed to all the other countries saying that China, without the knowledge of the government, shouldn't buy any trades and do any trades or buy any contracts within the private companies present in their own country. So these kind of mischievous and like bad thing. Like rather than like going straight forward and asking the people about like doing a business, these kind of things is being happening. So as of now, US is the only country that is standing against China. Everywhere we know that. Like we also see that President Trump had a lot of posted a lot of tweets and things which is against China. And trade war is one. Recently, Uyghur Muslims, they are getting tortured by Chinese. And even when the US came out of the funding, at that time the China is funding it. They are almost trying to acquire the world number one positions, and they are trying to increase the border with India and also in some other states like Mongolia. So over there, they have tried to increase and do some lot of stuffs over there. So they are always creating attentions around over there just to say that they are the number one position in the world right now. And even in the India's issues, they have already like put a pit hole, like for the Kashmir issues, they have given some lot of comments. And right now, the recent biggest issue that was happened between the India and Chinese border was the Galvan Valley issues, where they tried to extend the borders, and even US and UK shared in hands, and they have condemned for that particular thing that has been done by the Chinese peoples. And with the reflection of this, the ban of TikTok was there, and Nepal, the other country which is present inside the very sharing a close border in India, they was invoked by the Chinese people to start a war or start a bad talk about India. So those things were also happening. And in between these, like after COVID-19, so a lot of other countries, like instead of having a manufacturing hub in China, they also plan to move the manufacturing up to India. so that the lot of problems whichever that can be sorted. So this is what led to this particular naval exercise, which is the actual place where what we are going to talk about. And we also think, like people also think, like is there is an indication that the third world war would be happening or not, like that. In order to make China noted, so US and India conducted a naval exercise, and in this naval exercise, like together how they are going to attack one country is like that and all, I mean, has been exercised. And each and every navy nations has been sharing their tweets, saying that it was very proud to work along with their own and attacked it. So they were doing the lot of exercise over there, and it has been done as a military intent. And it was said that like Australia and Japan is also going to join, and all the four countries in one, they are going to do this naval exercise later this month or next month. So with this, we are sure that Chinese won't keep quiet. Like they'll also come along with the North Korea and do some naval exercise. Is it going to really bother the world or not, is the question actually. So is it going to bother the world in such a way that it would bring the third world war or not, is what the topic is all about. And that's all from the today's news. And if in case if you feel like subscribing, please do so. And in case if you want to talk me, I mean, if you want me to talk on any specific topic, you can also leave that in the comment sections. I'll take a look at it and I'll talk about it. That's it. Thanks, and have a nice day ahead.